Just close your eyes. Know the peace within.
Dear Gia, it seems so easy to wake someone up when they're asleep. You just shake them and they wake up. So why does it seem so difficult to wake up from this dream? And how can you help wake a person up or wake me up from this dream?
This question is at the personality level. You say it is easier to wake up someone. I ask you, where is that someone apart from your consciousness? I tell you, there's nothing here apart from your consciousness. Everything just happens spontaneously in your consciousness, just now, just now, just now. And I tell you that there are no person ever here. Each and every form is exclusively by the consciousness within. In your consciousness only, each and every form appears, happens and disappears just now at an unexplainable speed. Your consciousness is yet to know that only out of itself all form happens just now. That's why I say your consciousness needs to be conscious of itself. Now, I tell you, the moment you are conscious, all forms are here. Each and every form is out of your consciousness. Each and every form is conscious forms. Unknowingly, your consciousness identifies itself to be a separate entity. Through the form, it accepts, yes, I know, I am so and so, I am so and so. Your consciousness does not know that only out of itself everything is happening just now, and it accepts itself as a separate entity with respect to the shape and design. It says, I am so and so. It is identifying itself to be a person. At the personality level, your consciousness sleeps endlessly. Your consciousness cannot wake up at the personality level. And I tell you, it is consciousness functioning through all forms. Where is any form apart from your consciousness? Just now, in your consciousness only, every form moves, happens, appears and disappears. Entire form is happening in your consciousness just now. Your consciousness is sleeping now. Your consciousness needs to wake up because it is accepting itself to be a person. Your consciousness needs to realize because it is accepting itself to be the form. I tell you, there are no person ever here. It is consciousness realizing itself through the form. The form may be having many identities, but it is not the form which is realizing. It is the consciousness within the form which is realizing. It is not the form that is sleeping. It is the consciousness within the form that is sleeping. It is not the form that is conscious of itself. It is the consciousness within the form that is conscious of itself. So it is only your consciousness which is still accepting itself to be the form, to be a person, to be the identification, needs realization. Realization is for what? To know that you are eternally here and you are none of the perceived dreamy duality state. And your consciousness cannot know the absolute truth about itself as long as it is accepting itself to be a person, to be the form, to be so and so, to be the identifications. It is your consciousness that sleeps at the personality level unknowingly. It is your consciousness which remains conscious of itself inwardly in stillness, and it is your consciousness that wakes up totally to realize that it is never born, and what is born is only an unreal dream state. There is no person ever here. It is consciousness which is sleeping, and it is consciousness which remains wakeful, and it is consciousness which wakes up totally and realizes its ultimate eternity. At least now, know the conscious state within you and remain wakeful inwardly so that realization is possible to know that you are already that. You are asking why it is so difficult to wake up and how I wake up. Still, your consciousness accepts that it is born. I am from so and so. I am so and so. I am from such and such a places. At the duality level. But your consciousness is yet to know the observer. Yet, who observes the duality show? Can the world happen if you don't observe? Can any form appear if you don't observe? Can the galaxy happen if you are not observing? Can any object appear if you are not observing? You completely remain ignorant about the observer beyond duality. You are more into the duality. You worry only about the duality. That's why you remain disturbed by the duality, which is not you. I remind your consciousness that you are only consciousness. I remind your consciousness that you are already beyond duality. My whole job is only to wake up, because I know what this dreamy duality is. I know that I am never born. I know there's no such thing called death. I know that birth and death are within the dream state, at the space level, at the object level, at the form level, at the identification level, which is not me. I know what the duality is. I know what I am. I know I only observe. I know whatever observed are only an unreal dream. And you are also in the absolute state. You means your consciousness. No person ever here. Your consciousness is already in the source of awareness, but it is yet to know that it is in the non-dual state. Till then, your consciousness sleeps endlessly. So your consciousness needs these teachings to remain wakeful inwardly. Then only your consciousness can wake up and know and realize that it is already beyond the dream, beyond the duality state. I am here only to wake up your consciousness. My whole teaching is addressed only to the consciousness within, because I know that it is only your consciousness which remains ignorant about itself, and it is your consciousness which needs to be conscious of itself, and it is your consciousness which wakes up to realize that it is already that. And you are asking why it is so difficult. I say it is the most easiest thing, but for you it is most difficult, because still you are yet to know the unmoving non-dual reality beyond duality. Only when you come to know the unmoving state prior to the movement of the duality state, you come to know that there is a state which prevails forever prior to this appearance and disappearance of the duality state. Till you know the non-dual stillness beyond duality, you accept only the duality to be real. because you are yet to know the reality about yourself. You find difficult to wake up because you feel convenient and you are more convenient with the identifications, with the knowledge within the duality show. I take you beyond knowledge, beyond words, beyond boundaries, beyond appearances and disappearances, beyond duality, beyond space, beyond time, beyond dream, and help your consciousness to be conscious of itself just now. Having come here, you will not find any difficulty in being conscious of yourself, to remain wakeful inwardly and to realize what you are. By being with me, you can very easily settle inwardly, can very easily stabilize inwardly, and you can very easily remain wakeful and very easily you can realize also. That's why I say I give you guarantee that you can wake up at any moment, provided your consciousness is conscious of itself. Why you find so much difficult to be conscious of yourself? Because you have so much investment with the dream state, you don't want to wake up. Once your intention is only to wake up, you will certainly wake up in no time because you are already that and always that. The most easiest thing is to be conscious of yourself because you are not making any effort. Only within the duality dreamy state you appear to struggle here and there to achieve something. And to be with yourself and to be conscious of yourself inwardly, no effort is needed. Just like that, by closing eyes, you know your eternal state. Only thing is, you are not stabilizing inwardly. Just like that, by settling inwardly, you can get to know your eternal state. The most easiest thing is to know what you are, because you are already that. How it becomes so difficult to you? I am asking you, why it is so difficult to you? Because you are yet to know that you are already in the non-dual state. You know only the duality state. Only when you come to know the non-dual state, you will come to know it is the most easiest thing. But you are unwilling to settle inwardly and you want to wake up very quickly without settling inwardly. It is like you are inside the dream and you want to wake up without being conscious of yourself. The dream itself is only at the personality level, at the identification level. The moment you are conscious of your presence, the dream will vanish. Exactly here, the moment you are conscious of your presence as you are now, the dream will disappear, and just now you are free from the dream, you are free from the world, you are free from all disturbances inwardly. Know to settle inwardly and know that you are eternally in your original state. You have already wasted enough time at the duality level, which is not you. At least now, having come here, listening to these teachings, straight from the source, you have got every possibility to wake up, to realize that you are beyond birth and death, and you are already that. Wake up and know, I am here always.